Good Monday evening, West Michigan. What a beautiful start to the new week. We had a complete full sunshine today. Daytime highs actually climbing a little bit above where we should be for this 10th of October. In fact, those observed high temperatures today were right in the upper 60s for most, if not even for some, in the lower 70s, primarily if you were south and west of Grand Rapids. Our cool spot today was Ludington. You were at 63. That's still pretty close to where we should be for this time of year. But Grand Rapids, you hit 67. South and west of Grand Rapids, some lower 70s, including 73. That was our warm spot at both Kalamazoo and South Haven. So a really decent Monday around West Michigan. 13 weather ball, however, is solid red. We're still expecting warmer temperatures as we head into your Tuesday, with almost all of us climbing into the lower 70s at the very least. And as for now, we will stay dry through tomorrow afternoon before rain chances really start to pick up. 13 weather ball brought to you by Tullamore Golf Resort. Now, temperatures overnight will slowly fall through the 50s and will bottom out mostly in the middle 40s tonight. So not a normal night temperature-wise across the area. But tomorrow, with a southwest wind really starting to ramp up, we will see those daytime highs tomorrow climb into the lower 70s, perhaps even some middle 70s in our warmest locations. But that will be the end of our warm stretch as our next weather maker will be arriving. High pressure's been in control today, but starting tomorrow, this warm front will nose in from the south and west. That's the reasoning why we'll pick up our southwest wind, those temperatures in the 70s, but eventually in time that will also allow rain chances to return to the forecast. Hour by hour forecast, it's quiet tonight, it's quiet through tomorrow morning. If you have any remaining yard work, you have through tomorrow afternoon, because after tomorrow afternoon, notice what starts to happen. Rain presses in from the south and west. We can't even rule out a shower, isolated shower, as early as around 3, 4, 5 in the late afternoon, early evening. But our greatest timing of rain will be starting tomorrow evening after sunset through the nighttime hours, even into Wednesday morning. We'll deal with at least scattered showers, perhaps even widespread rainfall by Wednesday morning. In fact, there could be a few embedded thunderstorms as we wake up on Wednesday. Now, we might have a brief break in the action Wednesday midday as this first batch of rain, possibly a few thunderstorms, passes by, but notice what happens towards the end of Wednesday. This is Wednesday afternoon and evening. This is the cold front. This will bring in a second round of rain, possibly a few thunderstorms, and then the cold air will follow suit for Thursday and Friday. Now, we need the rainfall. It's been quite some time since we've seen a decent rainmaker around West Michigan. In fact, for Grand Rapids, it's been since August 29th that Grand Rapids has seen a calendar day of over a ½ inch of rain, and we're coming off a pretty dry September as well. It does appear starting Tuesday evening through Wednesday on a broad brush note that we should see around a ½ inch of rain, but I wouldn't be surprised some of our highest locations are over an inch of rain by the end of Wednesday. And we're not done with the rain just there. Starting Thursday, with the cooler air in place, we're going to see more lake effect showers impacting our neck of the woods. One other thing, starting tomorrow later in the day, we're going to pick up the wind. The wind will be picking up upwards of 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts out of the south and west for the latter half of Tuesday, and that will carry on into Wednesday with those gusts over 30 miles per hour. On Thursday, it still will remain breezy as well. Our wind direction will turn to the west, but we'll still see some wind gusts over 20 miles per hour. So Wednesday, technically, we're in the 60s still, not a bad day temperature-wise, but it will be offset by that blustery wind out of the south and west. Notice what happens on Thursday, however. The cooler air really settles in, and daytime highs will struggle to climb into the lower 50s with that westerly wind. And that's not the end of the cool air. So while we're mild through tomorrow, there comes the first surge of cool air Thursday and Friday. There are signs that we might rebound our temperatures over the course of the weekend. But there are also signs from the model data that we will see another surge of chilly air, maybe even chillier than what's arriving at the end of the week as we head towards next Monday and next Tuesday. And that might mean daytime highs not escaping the middle 40s. So there is some changes on the way, and that's all shown in the Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10 day outlook. This blob of blue you see is a higher probability of below average temperatures. Now, for the 16th to the 20th of October, West Michigan, our average high is around 60 degrees. That indicates we should be much lower than 60 degrees as we head into next week. As for tonight, temperatures will drop down into the 40s. A clear, calm night for the most part. Winds might somewhat pick up towards daybreak tomorrow, but no issues weather-wise are expected. Our coolest locations to the north, 39 at Baldwin, Reed City, and Big Rapids, and then middle 40s, maybe even some upper 40s south of I-96 as that southwest wind slowly picks up as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. It's pretty quiet over the next 12 hours, and then it's not quiet for several days because starting tomorrow evening through Wednesday, that's our next weather maker, rounds of rainfall. Thursday, as the cooler air settles in, that's another round of rain, lake effect showers. In fact, we might hold on to a few of those lake effect showers in early Friday, but it does appear we dry out for the most part for the latter half of Friday into Saturday. And then on Sunday, here comes that next system, and that will bring in another round of rain starting later in the day, Sunday through early Monday. And by early next week, yeah, those temperatures really take a tumble. 40s, that's it for Monday and Tuesday. And it's not out of the question, if things work out right, we could see our first few wet snowflakes of the season. It's too early to put it in the forecast for now, but it's not out of our probability at this point. And then it looks like we rebound somewhat as we head towards the end of next week as those temperatures climb back into the 50s.